BassResinator here with two lizard molds, a smaller gecko, a fat-tailed gecko, and a larger gecko. This one's made by Let's Resin. Let's Resin also made one similar to this, but this one I did not get from Let's Resin. I've already dusted the tail of this one or part of the tail, not the whole thing, just down the center part. Same thing on this one, but I also dusted the feet with Eye Candy Kiji, which is an Ultra Shift powder. Let's Resin calls Ultra Shift chameleon powders, so it's the same type of thing. But I've already got the eyes in place. Well, you can't see them on that one because it's a double wall, but green. Okay, well, we've got green. This is a shifting powder that has green and blue, so we're going to get that. Then I'm going to use Tropical Glitz Metal Flake. This one is called Jamaican Groove. It's a very thin, very small gauge metal flake, so it's like a real fine glitter. And then also Mr. Glitz Jacket. It's gonna be green to match those eyes, because the eyes on both of them are the same. There's that green with the pupil going vertical. So I didn't show you the dusting. I didn't show you me putting in the eyes. I've done that type of stuff in the past. If you want to see how I do that, I'll have to give you a name of a video. A lot of people start numbering their videos. I haven't done that. I just name them, and they all have a different name, and I've got scads of videos out there on YouTube, so I'll have to... It's going to be a while going back to figure out where I can show you the eyes and how I put them in. But what I do is I put a drop of UV resin. I like, when I'm putting eyes in, I like using the Let's Resin UV resin for bonding. It's a real quick cure. I mean, you flash it for 7 seconds and it's set, you know. So you better get the eye in place, because once it's there, it's not going to move once you have that in there. Unless you're not careful and you disturb the mold and bump it loose. I've had that happen too, and that's not real fun. Anyway, these lizards are going to be green with a little hint of gold and red. Jamaica, their colors are green, yellow, and red, and this glitter, or this metal flake, has all of those. But I'm going to just use a little bit of this in addition with the Mr. Glitz Jacket. It's amazing. It's going to be beautiful. So these lizards are going to be popping with color. So let me get the resin mixed up. I will be right back. Look at this as I'm mixing in the metal flake. Let me just move that mold back so you can see it better. This metal flake takes on similar properties to holographic glitter. It's really cool. I'm not stirring fast. I don't want to introduce very many bubbles. I know by stirring I am introducing bubbles, but I'm trying to do as little damage as possible. Oh, I should tell you, I did put in some of this cobalt green alcohol ink. It's by Brie Reese. It's real strong. So if for some reason we don't have enough coverage with the metal flake, that green will fill in the gaps. I'm going to do one more trick in just a little bit. I learned this from Daniel Cooper. He does all kinds of experimenting, and I don't know if somebody told him about this or if he was just thinking about it. But if you use We call it Elmer's glue over here on this side of the pond. I guess we could use the same terminology they use over in the UK. He calls it PVA glue, but not very many people over here, at least in Texas, call it PVA glue. Elmer's, give me the Elmer's. Except I'm going to use Elmer's Clear. But I'm trying not, it makes it super thick, so hopefully we won't lose. I mean, if all of this metal flake floats down to the bottom of the mold, I guess that would still be really pretty, but it's not what I'm wanting. I'm wanting these lizards to have this glistening effect everywhere. And as I'm stirring this, I'm going slowly, but I am pushing on the bottom of this container, and I'm also scraping the sides to make sure that I have everything mixed very well. I've already mixed it for 4 minutes before I started adding the metal flake, so I think we're good there. Now to get out good old Elmer's Clear glue. And you see, it doesn't say PVA on there anywhere. Ideal for children, safe, non-toxic, goes on clear, dries clear. That's what I want. I'm going to put in 5 drops. 1 drop for each ounce of resin that I have in this cup. And if that, I think that was 5. I may have lost count while I was talking. But now the magic happens. You just start stirring it and it becomes super viscous to the consistency of a very bad head cold. I'll just leave it at that. I think your imaginations can take that for what it's worth. I'll show you in just a bit when I pull this mixing stick out. You might be able to see it already. Watch. That's just goop. Goop. Okay, one last time around the edge. And then wipe off my stick so that I can use it again. You can tell it has been used many times with many different colors. That is on there, penetrated into that wood. It's not going to come out. So, okay. Big one or little one? Let's go to little one first. See what I mean by that? It just gooping out. But that color, man. Put a little bit more in like that, and then I'll just let it set and try and move into the feet, legs and feet. And hopefully I have enough for both. This is fun. And with that shifting powder, otherwise known as chameleon if you go with different company, it should have an effect because this resin color is so dark. It should, because those chameleon colors and shifting colors do best when they're backed with a dark colored resin. So I would say this is dark. And the resin pulled into those feet on that one, on the small lizard. Just got a little bit more to go here. If I were around junior high boys, I could use a certain terminology about what this is like. I'll let you interpret what I mean by that. I say junior high boys. There are some girls that are kind of on the nasty side too, as far as using words that are crude and rude and socially unacceptable. I used to have a teacher, Mrs. Molina. My favorite English teacher. She taught a class that I just loved called creative writing. Man, I have an imagination anyway. That class was my cup of tea. And I don't drink tea as often as the people across the pond, but I would drink of that tea. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, but I would drink that tea. She made learning and writing a lot of fun. But there are sometimes I use phrases that she would use just because they're good phrases. These, I was going to say fingers, these little toes are very thin, so I want to get as much resin in them as possible without going over the edge of the mold, so that when I pull it out, when I unmold it, demold it, take it out of the mold, don't break anything off. And if you get them too small, they're super sharp. And you pick it up and you're like, oh, this is a cute lizard. Ow, he bit me. So you got to be careful. So just get it filled up enough. Goop. See how that metal flake isn't sinking at all. Yay. I just hope I have good coverage. Okay, I think I got that domed about as much as I want to do. So I will come back to you when it is time to unmold, demold, get it out of the mold, whatever you want to say. I'll see you then. Looking forward to this. These guys are cured up enough to where I think I can get them out without destroying anything. They might have a little bit bendy arms and toes, but do the best I can. Oh, that was easy. To push from underneath. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. It comes out. Yes. And they are bendy. But they are coming out intact. See those toes? Yeah, 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 yeah. Look, he stayed nice and shiny down on the bottom side. Now I hope he's all nice and shiny up on top. We'll just wait on that guy. Well, I can see shiny all the way around. Yes. This doesn't push up as easy as that bigger mold, but they are coming out. No toes missing. No toes missing. Yes. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Now what say? Turn the little one over first or the big one? Little or big? Little or big? Okay. Well, since this guy's in hand, I'll turn the big one over first. Look at that. And that color shift stayed green. And then if I can see it's going blue when I change it over the side. I wish the sun were up. It's not. Now, you ready for the eyes? Do those eyes match this color? Yeah. Okay. Well, if that guy looks like this guy looks like this. Wow. Same thing with that tail. And the feet, though. See, the feet on this one are sparkly. This one, they're not. Oh, got a little overpour on that toe. Oh, came off real easy. But you change the angle on those and they'll change to a kind of a bluish color. Look at the eye. Yeah. Looking at you. Man, the color on these guys. If I had little beads, little tiny string of beads, it'd be a lot of fun to put around these guys. Sadly, I do not. So these guys, you know where geckos hang out, don't you? They hang out on the wall. So you go down to, what's the name of that real famous street in New Orleans? I've never been to New Orleans. I've been to Louisiana, Shreveport, and a couple other cities. Shreveport's the biggest one I've been to, but never been to the French Quarter. And I hear about it, and you see TV shows with it on there and stuff, but never been. So I can't tell you what the name of that famous street is where they have all the party during Mardi Gras. And they have the parades and such. But these guys are going to be hanging on the wall. So, just like any good lizard worth his salt, this guy and little cousin will be hanging on the walls, watching all the festivities. And they may end up with beads on them, but not wearing around them. But, somebody threw them off or something, or didn't catch them when they came from the balconies. Okay. You guys got to let me know what you think about these. I think they came out. This color Look in the description. I have, if you've never ordered anything from Tropical Glitz, this metal flake, to me, has a more brilliant quality than a lot of what is that stuff called? Goodness, the shiny things. This is stupid. I'm really glitter. Glitter has its own quality, but I think that metal flake has a little bit more. It just reaches right out and grabs you. Now, why is that toe hanging up higher than the other? Oh, he's got a growth underneath. Got a little bit of overflow. And that's why his toe is sticking up. And I will get some glamour shots of these guys in just a little bit. So, if you are a subscriber of mine, thank you for being here. If you're not a subscriber, consider it. Man, if you are new to subscribing to my channel, click on the little bell down there next to the subscribe button. And anytime I do something new, which is almost every day, well, in fact, it is every day at this point, then you'll get notification that something's coming up. And you'll know when it comes out. So, wow. Nice shiny mold creates nice shiny pieces like this. And then with that added metal flake, whew, wow. I'm liking this. Okay. Let me know what you think. And stick around for some stills. I'll take those when the sun comes up. The sun is not up at this point. But I will have some stills at the end of this video. So stick around, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Geckos dance on Bourbon Street, mirror scales and neon heat. Resin art spins wild and free, colors blend like destiny. Crowds go wild on every side, BassResinator in full stride. Rito brand sends a breeze through the night that never leaves. Mardis Gras and gecko grace, tiny feet set the pace. Laughter echoes down the lane, fiesta pulse, it can't be tamed. Costumes bright and masks they wear, spin the art, yeah, throw it in the air. Music plays till break of dawn, Geckos own this parade, y'all. Shadows dance in streetlight gold, stories of the night unfold. Every beat a tale to tell, rhythms cast a zydeco spell.